We use a lot of tradition at Charbay. We don't use a column still. We have a copper alembic pot still. It's super slow, and you have to know how to run it. There's no automation. I have 2 burner controls and that's it. And the distillate comes off and you have to collect it as heads, collect it as hearts, collect it as tails, take what you've made and then distill that again and then look for the sweet spot. Learning how to distill brandy and distill tequila and distill rum and distill whiskey with pot stills. Once you start doing that, you get your own style. You create your own style of what you like. And I like to showcase the flavor. I like to showcase the finish on spirits, and really develop the body and project. What are we going to do? Are we going to age this for 2 years or 20 years? We're very lucky that we don't have to make it and crank it, get it out. There's a barrel from 2010. It's just sitting there, and we have no intention on releasing it anytime soon. It's a good feeling, and I'm proud of it that way.
A lot of concept, that's classic traditional concept of the world, was to create the brand's level. So boring to drink same old thing all the time, every Wednesday or every Christmas or New Year's. Difference is the name of the game. And we know that specifically indeed because this society of ours, we live in the future. Past doesn't exist. Presence is already gone and we are already in tomorrow, and that means change.
Working with my parents and my family for 36 years now, we're able to see what's coming out, see what other people are making, and that's great. But we're taking all the knowledge that we have from 13 generations of distilling in our family, and really making products that nobody else is really making. We're taking whiskey to a whole nother level in flavor and in body and quality. Being in a distilling family in America, learning about American whiskey, and so why can't we distill delicious beer? And that's what happened when we got the opportunity to take 22,000 gallons of a Czech-style Pilsner and make Charbay whiskey back in '99. Using bottle-ready beer, I think to me, I really think it's the ultimate form of distilling whiskey, because you're using the best tasting ingredients to make the best tasting whiskey. Especially if it's 10-to-1 reduction, and if you're distilling delicious, you're concentrating delicious. People have been asking us, they said, Marko, you're making whiskey, and why don't you make bourbon? Well, when you work with your mom and dad, there's plenty of people telling you what to do, and specifically a bourbon recipe is you have to use this amount of corn. You've got to distill it to this proof or less. You got to barrel age it at this proof, and it's like, man, I have enough of people telling me what to do in my life, and I never really wanted to make bourbon. I want to make my own. I want to make my own style whiskey with the knowledge that I've learned. But okay, I'll make bourbon. I'm totally excited to make bourbon, and so we made 5 barrels back in '14. It's still in the barrel. And then we also just made some bourbon in 2018, and so it's on its way. And we just tasted it, and it's not about the barrel. You can actually taste the grain. It kind of reminds me of some of my highly respected bourbons back in the day, like a Hirsch 16 from 25 years ago, and it was just like, whoa! You can taste the grain, and that is exciting to me. I guess secretly I've always wanted to make a killer bourbon, and so we finally got the technology together with our friends over at Barry Public Brewery to be able to make a custom, super high-end bourbon beer, bourbon wash, and it worked out great. I think probably it'll be able to be on the market in 2021, maybe something like that, maybe a sneak peek, like a single barrel of it. And we made 10 barrels, so we're gonna release it slowly and just keep it the trophy that it is. Yeah, RTDs, ready to drink cocktails. I've wanted to make them for 25 years. Ever since we started making fresh picked fruit flavored vodkas back in '98, and before that, '96, and they weren't accepted back then, and there weren't very many high quality RTD cocktails on the market back then either. So I thought it would always be a perfect, concept for us to just make a small batch of things that we like, that are ridiculously clean and tasty cocktails. So all you have to do is open the bottle and pour it on the rocks, and bam, here you go. You've got a 12% alcohol, 24 proof pre-made cocktail that's ready to go. I think that we can really make something that's fantastic based on making our flavored vodkas, we're making our whiskeys. We can source ingredients. We can really, make a final pre-made cocktail and bottle it. And those are probably going to come out later this year, next year for sure. Definitely in time for summer next year in 2020. Like a green tea lemonade cocktail. It's something that our green tea vodka we've been making since '05. And when we do charity events, we pour cocktails. The cocktail that we really gravitate towards to make is the green tea with lemonade. It's simple, it's so good. So we're sourcing ingredients and putting those blends together right now and doing testing, but I've already made 17,000 of them by hand, in the past 15 years. So I'm feeling pretty good with knowing exactly what kind of recipe and proportions that we need to come up to. We just need to hit those levels and tune it and launch it. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's always through the years we've gotten a pretty amazing collection of friends and customers, and they do chime in at times. We've got a lot of cool concepts coming out. Not a lot, but we've got our RTDs coming out. We've got some whiskey releases coming out. We have a brandy that's coming out that, we aged it for 32 years. It's magic. And that's going to be coming out soon in 2020. And here's to you, and cheers to you, and thank you for supporting Charbay. We love it, we need it, and just know that we're going to be coming out with some new things and releasing some old things that are super tasty. Cheers.